Welcome to the 39th Annual Mississippi College Academic Competition. The competition began the year with 20 teams from high schools across the state. Teams are matched in quiz-like competition utilizing questions developed and tested for the high school level. Our goal is to recognize academic knowledge, to encourage learning, and to foster the spirit of fair play. We have reached the quarterfinals. This match features Madison-Ridgeland Academy and East Rankin Academy. Let's meet the teams.
Josh Taylor, Jr.
Malie Davidson, Senior.
Presley Horn, Senior.
Cortland Taylor, Jr.
Cole Hurd, Senior.
Audrey Hawk, Sophomore.
Max Gainey, Senior.
Dylan Davis, Senior.
Peyton Patrick, Senior.
The surface of a soccer ball consists of a series of which two kinds of regular polygons sewn together?
Madison-Ridgeland, Cortland.
Pentagon and hexagon.
Yes.
For 10 points, what is the better-known name of Spanish origin beginning with P for mezcal, a cactus containing a drug that causes?
Madison-Ridgeland, Bailey.
Peyote.
Yes.
For 10 points, identify both the shortened term for coffee without caffeine and its reverse, the word completing the hyphenated word to blank.
East Rankin, Audrey.
Decaf and faced.
Yes.
For 10 points, name the longest-lived U.S. president at the time of his death in 2006. This U.S. president lived 93 years and 165 days.
East Rankin, Max.
Jimmy Carter.
No. Madison-Ridgeland, Josh.
Ronald Reagan.
No.
It's going to be Gerald Ford. For 10 points of the 4 basic woodwind instruments of the orchestra, which one is the only one with a single reed?
East Rankin, Peyton.
The clarinet.
Yes.
Grab your pencils for this math question for 10 points. As a mixed number in reduced terms, what is the sum of 2 3/4 and 1 1/2?
East Rankin, Dylan.
4 1/4.
Yes.
For 20 points, identify either the surname of the Chinese-born American architect who designed the glass pyramid at the Louvre, or the abbreviation for Canada's smallest province.
East Rankin, Dylan.
PEI.
Yes.
It's another math question for 10 points. What is the degree equivalent of 5 pi over 6 added to 3 pi radians?
East Rankin, Dylan.
1,230 degrees.
No. Madison-Ridgeland, Cortland.
510 degrees.
No.
The answer is going to be 690 degrees. We move on to another 10-point toss-up. After making a solemn renunciation of the Copernican doctrine of heliocentricity before the Inquisition in 1633, who allegedly whispered,
East Rankin, Dylan.
Galileo.
Yes.
For 10 points, name the book about 4 children who enter a mystical land.
Madison-Ridgeland, Presley.
Narnia. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yes.
For 10 points, what is the name of the process when a solid turns directly into a gas?
Madison-Ridgeland, Presley.
Vaporizing.
No. East Rankin, Dylan.
Sublimation.
Yes.
For 20 points, identify the Italian-born French astronomer who discovered 4 satellites of Saturn and noted the famous narrow gap in Saturn's rings, a division now known by his name.
East Rankin, Peyton.
Nicholas Copernicus.
No. Madison-Ridgeland, Bailey.
Galileo.
No.
It's going to be Giovanni Cassini. We go back to a toss-up for 10 points. What are the 2 principal metal elements in the alloy brass?
East Rankin, Dylan.
Copper and zinc.
Yes.
For 10 points, in which year was Christmas Day officially recognized as a U.S. national holiday? 1776, 1788, 1802, 1870, or 1976?
Madison-Ridgeland, Presley.
1802.
No. East Rankin, Dillon.
1976.
No.
It's going to be 1870. For 15 points, identify the country whose longest river is the Ara, which passes through the Ara Gorge into Lake Thun, flows past the capital at Bern, and then,
Madison-Ridgeland, Presley.
Switzerland.
Yes.
for 20 points, who is the current Attorney General of the United
Madison-Ridgeland, Bailey.
That was my bad. Sorry.
States? No answer. It's Merrick Garland. And that concludes round one. We'll be back in a moment with a preliminary score. After round one, the preliminary score is Madison-Ridgeland Academy 45, East Rankin Academy 80. We move into round two, which is a toss-up with bonus questions round. We'll start with a 10-point math question. Find the area of the geometric figure formed by the intersections of the y-axis and the graphs of the lines x plus y equals 5 and x minus y equals 5. Okay, there's no answer from either team. That answer would be 25 square units. We move on to another toss-up. Give the one letter that must be added to the name of a flattened bread dough covered with tomato sauce, cheese, and often sausage or pepperoni to give the word for an open public square in Italy.
East Rankin, Dillon.
A.
Yes.
For 10, here's your bonus questions. Name the following kinds of vertebrae or spinal bones in mammals using the given initial letters as clues. For 5 points, L in the lower back.
Lumbar.
Yes.
For 10 points, C in the neck.
Cervical.
Yes.
For 15 points, S in the hip.
Sacral.
Yes.
And for 20 points, C in the tail.
Is it called? Cockle.
Try it one more time.
Cockle.
No.
Madison-Ridgeland Academy?
No.
No. It's going to be caudal. We go back to a toss-up question for 10 points. Identify the law that states that energy can be neither created nor destroyed.
Madison-Ridgeland, Presley.
Newton's first law of thermodynamics of energy. Newton's first law of energy.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Sorry.
All right, we move on to your bonus question. Identify each of the following concerning young U.S. presidents or vice presidents. For 5 points, who was the youngest person ever to be elected U.S. president? When he was 43, in the second half of the 20th century, he defeated Richard Nixon to win the presidency.
John F. Kennedy.
Yes.
For 10 points, the youngest president to take office, doing so in 1901 at age 42.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Yes.
For 15 points, the youngest to hold the office of vice president, doing so at age 36 under James Buchanan in 1857.
James Monroe.
No.
East Rankin.
James Buchanan was after. No answer.
No answer. It's going to be John C. Breckinridge. And we go back to a toss-up. Grab your pencils for this one. What is the value of the expression 1/3 to the negative 3 power?
East Rankin, Dillon.
27.
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify the U.S. states for each of the following. For 5 points, state for the forts of Fort Deposit, Fort Payne, Fort Rucker, and Fort McClellan.
Virginia.
No.
Madison-Ridgeland,
Georgia.
No.
it's going to be Alabama. We go back to a toss-up for 10 points. The Aleutian Islands are an island chain composed of land belonging to what two countries?
Madison-Ridgeland, Bailey.
United States and Russia.
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify each of the following concerning words and phrases. For 5 points, something that is an anachronism is out of place in terms of what?
Meaning?
No.
East Rankin?
Time.
Yes.
Yes. We go back to a toss-up. And that concludes round 2. We'll be back in a moment with a preliminary score. After 2 rounds of play, the preliminary score is Madison-Ridgeland Academy 55 and East Rankin Academy 135. We move into round 3, which is another toss-up with bonus questions round. For 10 points, which nickname, including a synonym for sanguinary, identifies the eldest daughter of Henry VIII?
Madison-Ridgeland, Presley.
Bloody Mary?
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify each of the following concerning music. For 5 points, the Italian phrase for without instrumental accompaniment.
A cappella?
Yes.
For 10 points, the German composer whose music was played by the Israeli Philharmonic in 1995 after being banned for 50 years because of its reputation as a symbol of the Nazis since Hitler admired his operas.
Beethoven?
No.
East Rankin?
You know, an opera, right? Mozart.
No.
It's going to be Richard Wagner. We move to a 10-point question. Identify the Shakespearean character whose faithful daughter is named Cordelia.
Madison-Ridgeland, Bailey.
King Lear.
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify each of the following concerning North Korea. For 5 points, North Korea vowed to turn America to ashes and continues to test ICBMs and advance their nuclear agenda. What does the acronym ICBM stand for?
Intercontinental Ballistic Missile.
Yes.
For 10 points, who is the current leader of North Korea?
Kim Jong-un.
Yes.
For 15 points, what is the capital city of North Korea?
Pyongyang.
Yes.
And for 20 points, what is DPRK?
Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Yes.
That is correct. We move back to a toss-up for 20 points. Name the 2 presidents who defeated William Jennings Bryan in his 3 tries for the presidency in 1896, 1900, and 1908.
East Rankin, Dillon.
McKinley and Roosevelt.
No.
All right, no answer from Madison-Ridgeland. It's McKinley and Taft. Pick up your pencils for this one. It's worth 15 points. After 15 years, what fraction of the original remains of a radioisotope with a 5-year half-life?
East Rankin, Dillon.
1/8.
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify the following by giving an answer beginning with the letter R. For 5 points, for which book of the Bible did William Blake paint the watercolor illustration The Great Red Dragon and the Woman Clothed with the Sun, a piece depicting a monster that bestrides the world like a colossus.
Revelation.
Yes.
For 10 points, the forearm bone attached to the thumb side of the arm.
Radius.
Yes.
For 15 points, the sugar found in ATP.
Ribose.
Yes.
For 20 points, the process of extracting the free or elemental metal from its metal sulfide by heating an ore in the presence of air.
He said refining.
Refining.
No.
Madison-Ridgeland?
No answer.
Okay, it's going to be roasting. For 10 points, in which city did a new federal building with shatterproof glass and a steel-plated entrance open in 2003 near the site of the federal building bombed 8 years earlier, killing?
East Rankin, Dillon.
Oklahoma City.
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify the following, each of which calls for 2 answers. For 5 points, in the first line of the authorized King James Version of the Holy Bible, the 2 things God created in the beginning.
Heavens and the earth. Right? Heavens and the earth.
Say it.
The heavens and the earth.
Yes.
For 10 points, according to Ben Franklin, only 2 things that are certain in this world.
Death and taxes. Death and taxes.
Yes.
For 15 points, in which countries are Shakespeare's Macbeth and Hamlet set?
That's in Scotland. Hamlet's in Denmark. Scotland and Denmark. Scotland and Denmark.
Yes.
And for 20 points, 2 parts of the fictional E.T. that glow in the dark.
I know one of his finger. I don't know those. Maybe his nose. His finger and his nose.
Fingers and nose.
No.
Madison-Ridgeland.
Fingers and his forehead.
No.
No, it's going to be his finger and his heart. And that concludes round 3. We'll be back in a moment with a preliminary score. At the end of 3 rounds of play, the score is Madison-Ridgeland Academy 130, East Rankin Academy 220. We start the 4th and final round with a 10-point toss-up question. Which name is shared by blank duck, a Chinese dish of roasted duck, and blank man?
Madison-Ridgeland, Bailey.
Peking.
Yes.
It's a math question for 10 points. If a boat's rate in still water is 15 miles per hour, what is the rate of the current if the boat can go 72 miles downstream in the same time that it can go 48 miles upstream?
Madison-Ridgeland, Bailey.
24 miles per hour.
No. East Rankin, Max.
12 miles per hour.
No.
It's going to be merely 3 miles per hour. For 20 points, which name is given to the effect exhibited when light scatters from colloidal-sized particles?
East Rankin, Peyton.
Diffraction.
No. Madison-Ridgeland, Bailey.
Prismatic.
No.
It's going to be the Tyndall effect. For 15 points, name Michelangelo's 17-foot-tall marble statue that underwent a so-called gentle restoration in 1843. The original was created in 1501 to 1504.
East Rankin, Dillon.
David.
Yes.
For 15 points, give the nickname of Baron Manfred von Richthofen, who was shot.
East Rankin, Max.
The Red Baron.
Yes.
For 10 points, the word commonly used by Luke to describe the biblical wastrel son who squanders his inheritance.
East Rankin, Peyton.
Prodigal.
Yes.
For 10 points, President Biden likes to vacation at Rehoboth Beach. What state has this beach?
East Rankin Dillon.
Delaware.
Yes.
For 10 points, a podiatrist specializes in treating which part of the human?
Madison-Ridgeland Presley.
Feet.
Yes.
Grab your pencils for this 10-point question. The midpoint between negative 28 and 82 is also the midpoint between negative 22 and which positive number?
Madison-Ridgeland Josh.
76.
Yes.
For 15 points, name the Greek known as the father of epic poetry and the father of song.
Madison-Ridgeland Presley.
Homer.
Yes.
For 15 points, which American artist did not paint again after being denied a major commission to paint historical murals for the rotunda of the Capitol in Washington, D.C. in 1837? He died in 1872 and is better known as the inventor of the system of dots and dashes.
East Rankin Peyton.
Samuel Morse.
Yes.
For 10 points, which word completes both of the following? A blank calendar, which can give the correct day of the week for any given date over a period of years, and blank motion, a hypothetical motion that once begun would work forever.
Madison-Ridgeland Josh.
Perpetual.
Yes.
For 10 points, which city is home to the Liberty Bell?
Madison-Ridgeland Presley.
Philadelphia.
Yes.
For 10 points, which word describing a person who is honest and just or standing straight up names either of the two vertical parts of a goalpost or pole vault standards?
East Rankin Dillon.
Upright.
Yes.
For 10 points, spell the four-letter word meaning to become smaller, especially in reference to the moon.
East Rankin Audrey.
Wayne. O-W-A-N-E.
Did you? Yes.
It's a math question for 10 points. $2,500 invested at a simple interest rate of 8% for 1 year will yield the same amount of interest as $4,000 invested at what simple interest for the same year?
East Rankin Dillon.
5%.
Yes.
For 20 points, name the John Steinbeck novel whose title can be found in the first stanza of Julia Ward Howe's Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Madison-Ridgeland Presley.
Pearl.
No. East Rankin Peyton.
Mine eyes have seen the glory.
No.
It's going to be the Grapes of Wrath for 15 points. And that concludes round 4. We'll be back in a moment with a final score. At the end of 4 rounds of play, the final score is Madison-Ridgeland Academy 195, East Rankin Academy 315. Congratulations to East Rankin Academy for moving on to the semifinal round.